What's going on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to NHL 20, where we got actually a variety of gameplays. We have some online versus, some online seasons, and some hut rivals, all for you in this one. But as you guys have probably seen in my last video, the Call of Duty video, we talked about how this coronavirus is affecting the Call of Duty League and the live events. And I told you guys in that one that I wanted to make one on the sports world. Well, here we are on NHL 20 here to talk about how the coronavirus is affecting the sports world. So they started off having some events with no fans. And, that's kind of the big reason that a lot of players play is, not just for money or not just because they absolutely love the game, is because they want to play for their fans that love coming out and watching them and all of that good stuff, right? They come out, they have a good time, they watch some of the best players in the world play their respective games, and now they can't. And that's frustrating. Then, they have, plenty of sports events that have just been straight up canceled. There's like, nah, we're just not having it. Or like the March Madness tournament, they canceled that. College tournaments, some pro tournaments and events and matches and everything have just been canceled. But then there's like the leagues with the NHL, the NBA, the MLB, even the NFL. They've postponed their year, or suspended it as they called it. So basically what they're saying is once this all kind of blows over and people stop freaking out about it, that they're going to come back. And a lot of people are saying it's 30 days. Some people are saying it's 60 days. So like 1 month, 2 months. But how much of an effect does that have on the season? Now, obviously we're in NHL. I'm probably the most familiar with the NHL. So we'll relate it to that. So we were sitting, the end of February, start of March. And we were right around the corner. Trade deadline just happened. And now everyone's ready for the playoffs. The playoffs. Like, it's right around the corner. A month from now-ish, the playoffs were supposed to start. Now is the time where all those teams that needed to get hot in their current form in order to get back into the playoff push and try to make a run and put all those brand new acquisitions, to the test. Now they can't do that. And especially when there was a lot of teams that were just starting to play well and start looking, maybe they're like a bubble team right now and they're about to get into the playoffs or about to make that run up to the top of their division, stuff like that. Now they can't. A lot of that momentum is killed because are they going to come back and play how they were before after this week, 2 week, 3 week, 2 months? Like, you don't know how long this thing is going to play out. But obviously if they're postponing the season, that means the playoffs have to be postponed, which means everything in the off season has to be postponed. So now that usually the playoffs end the end of mid-May, end of May, early June. I don't remember exactly what the schedule is, but sometime in that region, where then you have about a month or so until you have the draft and people start announcing retirements, and then free agency starts with the draft and all that stuff. Now you're going to have a little bit of a limited time that you're going to be able to do that. And I'm not really going to complain. I mean, it sucks right now, but that lack of an off season, or a lot shorter of an off season, will actually be kind of great. Because I've always said that, off season shouldn't be that long. And with hockey in general, you play from basically mid-September to, if you make the playoffs, you end end of May, mid-May, end of May, early June-ish time. So you have September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June. You play for 9-ish months out of the year, and there's 3 months. So that's 3/4 of the year. But then you have those 3 months where the first like month is kind of the only month that actually anything happens, and then everything is super quiet for like 2 months, and then boom, you're right into training camp, you're right into preseason, and then you're right back into the regular season. Now, I almost thought it was a little bit longer as far as the time went, but you look at baseball, it's the same thing. There's always those couple of months after the season when you can't play at all, and it's frustrating. And even the MLB, they postpone the start of their spring training, or not the start of it, but the rest of it, or they cancel it. They did something to it, and then they delayed the start of the year to try to get this all to blow over. And you know, although it's frustrating because the playoffs are right here, like if it was before the season, it'd be a little bit different. But now that it's right at the end of the regular season, and people are starting to make those playoff pushes, and people have spent so many countless hours on, you know, getting their teams together, that now they have to kind of just sit and wait and see how all this is gonna play out. And it's frustrating because I really want to see action, because a lot of my channel, I try to revolve around the real sports world and talk about what's going on in the real sports world, and now nothing's happening for like another month, well, hypothetical month, or I guess rumored month or two. And obviously we started talking about the playoffs and the end of the year and who made the biggest trade deadline impact and all that fun stuff, and now we can't. So that really is not fun. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna wrap this one up here. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of this whole break with the NHL. Would you have done anything different? Maybe play without fans, or just, you know, have it a complete closed arena, which is basically playing with no fans anyway. Or what would you rather do in this situation rather than suspend the year? I mean, obviously, again, like I said in the Call of Duty video, health and safety comes first. But if you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. If you haven't already, hit the subscribe button. And as always, guys, we'll see you next time.